Elon Musk's Twitter has labeled National Public Radio as state-sponsored media. NPR says it's quitting Twitter because the label isn't fair. Only 1%, actually I saw a quote just this morning, only 0.6% of their funding, they say, comes from the government. So let's think about that for a minute. If it's truly only 0.6% of their funding, why not just forgo it? Why not refuse to take any more government money? It's only 0.6%. But they didn't do that. And that brings two possibilities to mind. The first is that this is some political game or a game of trying to get public sympathy, trying to put pressure on Twitter to change their policy. They might be posturing in certain ways. And if that's the case, then I'm out of my depths. I have no uniquely valuable perspective on that sort of thing. I don't know how those things work. Maybe that's what they're doing. But let's think about it from the other point of view. In my world, I'd evaluate it like this. The funding, whatever percentage it is, let's just say it's 1%, is worth more to NPR than whatever lift they're getting from Twitter. That's worth thinking about. Is Twitter that inconsequential to their business? If it's not worth 1% of their revenue, what does that say about the ROI of Twitter? Or think about this another way. NPR has some number of people and some amount of resources dedicated to Twitter. Surely they could retarget those resources to generate 1% of their revenue, you'd think. Now, I'll admit, I've been a social media critic from day one. I've always found the rhetoric to be overblown, and I think publishers have lost a lot of opportunities by fooling around with Twitter and Facebook. That's my bias. I think that time could have been better spent. So, in keeping with my enduring skepticism of social media, I'll stick with the second explanation and put it to you plainly. If NPR values the 1% of their revenue they get from the government more than they value whatever they get out of Twitter, that's a significant data point. Maybe it's time for you to take a second look at the value of Twitter to your business.